Hey there! Today I've picked stories of humanoid races to tell. They will be Ernger, race of Sharkmen, Arkansans, I even don't know what they are, and Arcanias, a race of men assembled from leftovers from primordial soup. Let's start off with our Sharkmen. They come into being as a result of bad experiments. Arangars were bred to form an army capable of wiping out other humanoids. However, early generations didn't live for long, but continuous experiments committed even after the death of a mage who came up with such an idea fixed this flaw. Next generations of wizards created hundreds of Arangars, but they underestimated Arangars' willingness, so they were overthrown and killed by their own creations. And then Sharkmen broke out of Arcania laboratories they were kept in, bringing death and destruction on landfolks. During the crusade against Arangars were slaughtered almost all beings of this kind, so they went into hiding to avoid full extinction. Then they regrew their numbers, made parley with dwarves and tieflings who taught them religion and magic. As time passed by, a memory of shark invasion was almost lost and other more friendly shark races appeared. Arrogants started to come out of hiding. They have pointed shark head and a large dorsal fin. Thick neck connects their head with their human-like torso. Their thick arms are ending with webbed hands. Lexopharangers are stumpy and end with flippers. Their body is covered with tough shark skin of a grey, blue, albino or black color. Enough of history. Traits. Arangar's creature type is humanoid. They mature around 16 and live about 50 years. Sharkmen are a bit larger than humans and their size is medium. Their walking speed is 25 feet and their swimming speed is 40 feet. They have 60 feet of dark vision. Arangar's strength score is increased by 2 and constitution or wisdom score increased by 1. They know common and aquan languages. Sharkmen have both gills and lungs. Since sharks are quite scary, they are proficient in intimidation skill. They are able to sense spilled blood up to a mile away. Arangars have advantage on survival skill to track creatures whose hit points are lower than their maximum. While underwater, they have advantage on stealth checks in dim light or darkness. Next race are Arkansans. They were people living in the city of Arkansas which was lost to a mysterious earthquake. The city along with its population has been swallowed by the earth and returned back to surface long time after. Living in earth's depth left its mark on these people. They returned with altered bodies. From afar, they may be assumed as humans. At a closer look, it quickly becomes certain they are not. Their eyes are missing pupils, but they have 3 golden circles instead, which glow brighter if the Arkansan goes emotional. These guys have a glowing orange core in the center of their chest. Their fingertips look more like insect ones, with 2 golden rings around them. Arkansans have a scar running down from lower jaw to the bottom of the throat, but this is an example of deceiving appearance. It's kinda enabler to consume a larger prey. Traits. Arkansans are both humanoids and monstrosity. They can live up to 1000 years. Their size is medium. They have walking speed of 30 feet. Living in the dark made Arkansans to adapt to darkness. They have 60 feet of dark vision. Their intelligence score is increased by 2 and constitution score by 1. Arkansans know common and 1 other language of your choice. Hidden core on their chests grants resistance to cold damage. Fanged jaw is considered as natural weapon. Unarmed strikes with it deal 1d6 plus strength modifier piercing damage. As an action, they can consume medium-sized or smaller creature at 0 hit points within 5 feet of them. Medium-sized creature stays Arkansan for a week, small-sized for 3 days, tiny creature for 1 day. Arkansans are proficient in intimidation skill. So the last of today's races is Arcania. There is a myth that everything living came from one big void of primordial soup. After it had given far too many forms, it became truly empty. All that remained, all scraps, desired to be something. They were assembled without any care. In this way was created a patchwork of soul and body. Parts that didn't match at first fought, but then blended into one. Arcania's heads are decorated with a smattering of various horns. Eyes of Arcanias usually are of different colors. Their hairs are dark, but then turn whiter and neon towards the tips. Their skin is usually a color of caramel tan and their physique may vary from lanky to lithe. Traits. Arcania creature type is humanoid. These creatures live up to 1000 years old. Their size is medium. Arcania's walking speed is 30 feet. They have both charisma and constitution score increased by 2. Arcanias know common and one more language of your choice. When Arcania is dropped to 0 hit points but not instantly killed, it drops to 1 hit point instead. It works once a day. When Arcania makes a save or ability check, it may add 1d4 to the roll. To use this feature again, Arcania must finish a short or long rest. When creating character, you roll a d10 for a relic part of your body. Each of the parts provides an Arcania some benefit. On a 1, Arcania gets Darkened Eyes. It grants 60 feet of dark vision. On a 2, it gets Enhanced Liver. Arcania has advantage on saves against being poisoned, also it's resistant to poison damage. On a 3, it gets Rational Mind. It grants an advantage on saves against Sharkmen, and Arcania can't be magically put to sleep. On a 4, Arcania gets Arms with Membranes and Gills. It grants ability to breathe underwater and 30 feet of swimming speed. On a 5, Arcania gets Powerful Legs. It grants 35 feet of walking speed. On a 6, Skin of Arcania has texture. It grants the Arcania ability to hide when it's slightly obscured by foliage, heavy rain, falling snow, mist, etc. On a 7, Arcania gets Rocky Fists. Unarmed strikes of Arcania deal 1d4 plus strength modifier bludgeoning damage. On an 8, Arcania gets Sticky Hands. It grants an Arcania 25 feet of climbing speed, except it wears medium or heavy armor. On 9, Arcania gets Ember Throat. As an action, Arcania can exhale 15-foot cone of destructive energy. All creatures in the area must make a dexterity saving throw. Difficulty for it is 8 plus constitution modifier plus proficiency bonus. On a success, creature takes half damage. On a fail, creature takes 2d6 fire damage. At 6th level, damage increases to 3d6, at 11th level to 4d6, and at 16th level to 5d6. On a 10, Arcania gets Arcane Heart. Arcania knows one cantrip from Sorcerer's spell list. Charisma is spellcasting ability for it. And that's all, folks. See you next week.